Year 6, numeracy lessons. Okay, welcome back, Year 6, lesson 28. I've taken a question off the Welsh Assembly End of Year Numeracy. Oh, well, it is a question, should have said, sorry. From the Welsh Assembly, the WAG, End of Year Numeracy test that pupils in Wales sit. Okay, so we're going to go through it. And then I've given you a question where I've changed the amount and the price, okay? So their question says, 1,000 grams of grapes costs £4. How much do 300 grams of grapes cost? Now, I really hope that you are familiar with making a little table for questions like this. If you're not familiar with it, start doing it, okay? It's really important. So, on the left-hand side of the table, I write the easiest thing, okay, which I think in this case would be the grams. Okay, so it would be obviously like the weight or the mass of the grapes. So here, I'm just going to put grapes. So that could be like eggs, could be cakes. Yep, the ones which you don't really have to do any workings out for at the moment, because you can just put 1,000 grams, £4, yeah? And that's the price. Now, they're asking us to work out 300 grams. So similar to any percentage work you've done, with percentages, I always say, whatever they're asking you, always work out 10% first. So with this question, they've given us 1,000 grams. My advice would be to always work out 100 grams first, because from there we can go anywhere. All right, so how am I going to work out what 100 grams costs? Well, I'm going to say, how can I get from 1,000 down to 100? I can divide it by 10. So if I've divided 1,000 by 10 to get 100, I have to divide how much it costs by 10. Okay, what we do to one side, we have to do to the other. Okay, so what is £4? If I write it like that, it might help. What is £4 divided by 10? It's 40p. Now I know how much 100 grams cost, I can go anywhere with it. So if I get rid of those so that it doesn't get in your way. Obviously, we need to work out 300 grams, don't we? So how can I now go from 100 to 300? I can multiply it by 3. And what I would do to one side, remember, I always have to do to the other. What's 40p times 3? It's £1.20. So how much did 300 grams of grapes cost? They cost £1.20. Don't know why I'm whispering. Now, I've given you a slightly different question, haven't I? So I've said this time, we've got peas and a different cost. So 500 grams of peas cost £3, so I'll just pop it in the middle, because I might have to go down to 100 grams again, mightn't I? So again, this time I'll be super duper kind. You still need to work out 100 grams, but this time you wouldn't divide it by 10, would you? Because that would take you down to 50 grams. Although you might need to do that for another question. You divide it by 5. So remember, whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So good luck. You've got 5 questions to work out. Pause the screen now. Press play when you're ready to go through the answers. Okay? Good luck. Okay then, so move the screen up a tiny little bit. So for the first one, you were working at 100 grams. So what, again, is £3 divided by 5? 60p. So for A, you should have had 60p. Now, I could put that back in just in case. Now, if I put my 100 grams is 60p there, you'll see why. Now, because 50 grams is smaller, I just like always putting my amounts in order. All right, you don't have to, but I just like to do it. So now I was asked to work out 150 grams. Well, I need to work out 50 grams, don't I, first? So 50 grams is obviously half of 100. So what's half of 60p? It's 30p. And now I would say it was quite easy to work out 150 grams because I can just add 150 together. So my answer there is 90p. 300 grams, which would be there. 2 ways of doing it. I could have just doubled my answer for 150 grams, or I could have multiplied 100 by 3. But whichever one I do, my answer is £1.80. 1 kilogram is 1,000 grams, isn't it? I could have written, I could have written it like that if I'd wanted, or I could have just written 1 kg, or I could double 500 there, which would mean I'd double my answer, which is £6. Okay, and the last one, which is 2.5 grams. My bad, 2.5 kilograms. Okay, so 2.5 kilograms is 2,500 grams. So how can I get that from the amounts I've already worked out? Well, I could say 2 lots of 1,000 is £12, and then 500 grams is £3. Add those together, I get £15. So there are your answers. Hopefully you used a table like me, because I think that's the easiest way. If you didn't and you've still got all the right answers, well done. Okay, keep using whatever method you used, because that's obviously worked as well. Look forward to seeing you for lesson 29. Have a great day. Well done, superstar. You just got better. Nice one.